Welcome back, guys. This is a bit of an impromptu trip out with the HMR. I've not been out with the HMR much, so I've just thrown an Arken zulus on here and I've come down to one of my permissions and I'm just quickly getting it zeroed in. It's very, very windy today. We had 45 to 50 mile an hour winds and a load of rain. This looks like the only clear bit of weather I'm going to get this weekend. Saturday's clear, but I've got family duties, so tonight's the only night I can really get out, so I figured it would be good to get out for the HMR and get back on top of the rabbits. So yeah, quickly zeroed in there. We'll get loaded back up and we'll go for a walk around and see if any rabbits are stupid enough to be out in this wind tonight, because I feel like I'm a bit of an idiot being out in this, but hopefully it'll pay off and we'll be able to fin a few more rabbits out and get the HMR back in use. So let's give that a try. As usual tonight, I'm using these Remington Accu-Tips. These are very similar to the Hornaday VMAXs with the ballistic tips on, and these sing along at 2,550 feet per second. With the wind being as bad as what it is tonight, realistically I'm going to keep the ranges really sensible. There'll be no stretching this out tonight because it's blown a hoolie, so this is what we're using tonight. Right, so the aim of the game tonight is to just literally walk around all these fields and just stalk onto any rabbits that we come across and just shoot them. I'm not going to be lying up tonight and waiting for them to come out because it's quite cold, so I will just walk around to keep warm and hopefully we can shoot a few. So let's just set off now and see what happens. Fingers crossed there's a few rabbits out tonight and we can get back on top of them. Let's go. Better put some more rounds in this. Initially when I was working my way around the farm, I did it in such a way that on my approach to where I wanted to go on my way around so that the wind was in my favour, I did spook a few rabbits. It was unavoidable. Obviously the noise that I was making as I'm making my way through the wet fields was just travelled. It just travelled on the wind and it spooked a few rabbits, which was a shame because it was quite frustrating because I thought, oh, I'm going to get a few rabbits straight off the go, but it didn't pan out that way. So when I finally got to where I wanted to be, with the wind in my favour, started to knock quite a few down. So hopefully I'll carry on this track and we'll just keep on going up and we'll be able to keep on rattling a few rabbits away as we go. Be nice to get into double figures, that'd be good, but we'll see how it goes. I ended up spooking these two rabbits here, but I was able to get a shot at this rabbit up by the hedgerow there. Panning around, there is another rabbit at the top right of that field, but it's not a safe shot there, so I'm going to shoot this one here with a view to moving around to getting onto that one. Now that that rabbit's down, I make my way across to the other side of the field. That rabbit is still not a safe shot, so I focus my attention onto the corner of the other field where these three rabbits were kicking about. They all of a sudden dart to the left, all three of them. I looked to the right to see if there was something there that spooked them, but there was nothing there. These two have a little run around, leaving the pal down here, which then presented me with a shot. This one looks like it's got the signs of mixing tortoise because it wasn't producing any eye shine. I now move back up to the field where I shot the first one, and a rabbit's actually come out and it's sniffing around where that first rabbit was shot. And I'll try and make my approach up to the rabbit at the top where I didn't have a safe shot. So here I'm actually stalking the rabbit down with my thermal whilst walking, carrying my bog death grip tripod, just trying to close the distance down so that I can get a safe shot at it. Now making my way back to pick some of the rabbits up that I'd shot previously. I spot these rabbits in the field. The plan here is to make my way over to that earth mound, get on top of that earth mound, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a shot off at one or two of them. When I get to the earth mound, there's one or two rabbits still out. That appears to be a woodcock closest to us there, as we can see. Quick scan around to see if there's anything else there, and I'll make my way up onto that earth beam and spot this rabbit about 150 yards away. With that one down, I'll make my way back to some of the first rabbits I shot. You can see in the hedgerow there to the left hand side the heat signature of one rabbit that I did shoot before. This rabbit here is going to get a free pass because I want to focus my attention onto these rabbits into the next field. So the plan is to very quietly through the wet field try and make my way to where the hedge line is there, where the opening is, because there is a third rabbit in that field to the left of them two, to the right hand side of the screen. Onto the first two rabbits now. This one's giving us a run around here. After that second rabbit was shot, I did notice that the third rabbit that was to the far left hand side had made its way over, probably to get to the safety of the hedgerow to the right hand side, but it pauses and stops and it's just taken out. Back on the thermal I did see that there was a fourth rabbit all the way to the left, so I'm panning the rifle to the left. I'm actually prone at this point, so it looks like I'm sliding down a hillside here, but I'm not. I'm just getting the rifle over onto position and trying to get myself comfortable so that I can take this shot. Right guys, so that's my first walk around, the first permission that I wanted to get on, and as you can see we've took a few rabbits off there. I've got 14 picked up, and I believe there was another one that when I shot it I think it kicked back down a hole, one of the first ones. So yeah, there's the first 14 for the night. I'm now going to put these in a location where hopefully some foxes will come out to them. I'm not carrying all these up to my bait pipe because it's a bit of a walkway, so I'll put these in some of the hedgerows down here in an area that I know that the foxes move through, and then hopefully I can return to 243 and have a try shooting some more foxes before the end of the month. So we'll do that. We'll get these chucked in some hedgerows, then I'm going to move on to another location, so we'll see if we can shoot a few more somewhere else. I did have one of my landowners actually text me tonight asking me if I can go up, so I said as it is I am out, so I will pop in. You know, got to show willing, don't we? So yeah, see you in a bit guys, and hopefully we can shoot a few more with the mighty HMR. This rifle is a Tikka T1X and is an 17 HMR. The 17 HMR is a fantastic round. It's an absolute pocket rocket of a round, and paired up with this Tikka, it's just a match made in heaven. I've put 1,000 rounds through this Tikka and it's performed flawlessly. I've had no issues with the magazines. I know some people have had feeding issues with the magazines, but this is the original magazine I got with it, and like I said, nearly 1,000 rounds through it, and it's been absolutely spot on. No issues at all. Reliable. It's got a 3-position safety catch, which is always good. I like that. And yeah, overall it's just a fantastic rifle. Down the line I will probably upgrade the stock, because this is the only thing that lets it down is this stock. It's a cheap plastic thing. It's absolutely horrible. I've got Tupperware boxes that are more substantial, so I will probably put a MDT XRS chassis on this, just to keep it different to the other ones that I've got. So yeah, that's the Tikka T1X. It's a brilliant rifle and highly recommended. For those who are interested in the night vision and thermal, obviously Arken zulus, and I'm using Lynx 19mm thermal spotter. Now for all your thermal and night vision needs, all these are available in more stuff like your Alpexes and all that sort of stuff from Dabs Shooting Supplies in Darlington. They are online. I'll put a link up for the eBay page as well. If you mention on there, if you ring them and say you've seen the video on veteran vermin control, it'll actually give you 10% off. So it's not just like, you know, Black Friday deals and stuff like that. You will get 10% off him. He will look after you. David is called. David and his wife Rachel run it. They're brilliant. They have a lot of stuff in on the shop, so covers all your airgun use and stuff like that. Brand new rifles. If you want a brand new rifle, he might not have it on the shelf, but he can order it in for you, and again he'll do you a really good price. So have a look at the link there that I'll put up and see what they can do for you. Top guys and top girl Rachel as well. So yeah, happy days.